A twink.
And a redhead.
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 Walked through the door and I smelt it right away. Broccoli cheddar soup in a bread bowl, hooray. The man at the register asked me, how's your day? I said, pretty good, but I'm feeling kinda gay. He looked me up and down and asked me what I want. He said, do you want a you pick two? I said, no. But I pick you. Panera, Panera, got fucked in Panera, 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 found love in Panera, 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 gave birth in Panera. You pick two, but I pick you. Thank
Such a
you.
good song.
One of my favorites. Sorry. Actually, you should apologize for getting the lyrics
I
wrong.
did get him a little wrong, didn't I?
We haven't performed it in a long time.
I haven't performed it in forever.
It's been a while, and you know when you're a musician, you have a lot of songs.
The thing about us is we have so many original songs that it's
So
actually
many.
hard to remember.
It is actually quite hard to remember, and you know, like they get Wait, mine went British. My accent just went British.
Yeah, it did. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. I was gonna go get some coffee and go to Panera.
Yeah.
If you guys can't tell, I can't stop watching Jersey Shore. Like I'm fully hooked, addicted.
I'm so jealous because I want to watch it now. She's gotten me convinced.
Convinced.
I watched it, of course, when we were younger. I mean, when it was airing, we were what? How old?
God, Grant, we must have been in 6th or 7th grade.
We must have been
We
in
were
the prime.
young.
We were young. I remember my mom had on Comcast. They had the lock feature.
Not the Comcast.
On Comcast, they had the lock feature, so you could lock certain
You're
shows.
fucking kidding.
Parental controls. My mother, she locked it.
Jesus Christ. What
But
does she
I-
have against the shore?
Well, I remember too when it was airing, I would get so mad when like people I would meet not from New Jersey would be like, oh, you know, Jersey Shore. I would always be like, those aren't people from Jersey.
They're actually from Long Island.
Yeah, those
That's
are
what we
New
would
Yorkers
say.
that they threw into like a Jersey house. That's not a good representation of New Jersey.
Yeah, I remember I would feel really like defensive.
Yeah. But
But also it's like the best television I've ever seen.
and now looking back, I'm like, yeah, it is a good representation.
But I also have this condition where if I'm watching a TV show, I adapt the qualities and the personalities of the characters in said TV show.
It's definitely an illness of some
It's-
sort.
Yeah,
If you guys
doctors
know-
need to.
Those armchair doctors out there.
Yeah, please
TikTok
feel
and
free
whatnot,
to diagnose
send
me.
us
They're gonna be like,
the diagnosis.
this parasocial relationship that's resulting in
Is
maladaptive
sociopathic.
daydreaming
Yeah.
is actually you're a sociopath and you need to be locked
sociopathic
up.
bipolar depressive disorder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's fair. No, but I can't stop talking like I'm in Jersey Shore. I'm out here calling men gorillas and juice heads. I'm like, oh, look at that juice head that just passed me. Grenades.
Grenades.
But okay, so
what is a gorilla then? Because
a gorilla,
grenade is
a gorilla and a juice head. I think they're the same thing. They're just like a big man.
like a beefy.
A big beefy man.
Are they
Guido,
hot?
a Guido.
Oh, a Guido.
A hot Guido.
And then what is
A grenade.
grenade,
Okay,
yeah.
Mike just defined this in an episode I watched. A grenade is a bigger, ugly woman, and a landmine is a thinner, ugly woman.
a landmine?
No, like this show is so politically incorrect. But honestly, I think that's what makes it like so entertaining to watch because it's almost like rewatching Glee. It's like it's so politically incorrect and it's so real and raw that it's just so fascinating.
But even back then, a lot of it was still politically incorrect. They're
Yeah,
they're
'cause
just so
it's
unapologetic.
the shock
though.
value. No, it's so
Yeah.
real. Like Snooki literally gets punched by a grown man. Like this 4'9" girl gets punched by a man, and we just watch that on television.
Yeah.
And Ron and Sam's relationship is the most
Yeah, that's-
horrific thing I've ever seen.
I think that's probably when I go back to rewatch it is something that's going to be the most disturbing to me.
No, it actually, you know what? It really is disturbing. It's like, wow, these two people are so
Like,
toxic
yeah.
and abusive.
And
I mean, Ron is so abusive. It's like the most horrible thing to watch.
those MTV producers must have been eating it up.
Yeah.
Like it's such a toxic relationship, but they're like, wow, this is probably such, like, people tune in because they are hoping like it gets better probably, or like rooting for Sammy, and like it doesn't. It's just a cycle.
No, but like I feel like she was like, people made her to be the villain, to be honest, when like he was so horrible.
Well, get this.
What?
My John Gosselin recent,
Secret?
it made me deep dive further into like looking back at some Johnny K+8 episodes. He was made out to be the villain all the time. When that lady, sorry, but she's a witch. She's crazy, like
what would
OCD
she do?
or something.
What would she do?
Like anything he was so fun and cool and chill. I think that's what made me like really like him. And
yeah, but is it the thing where like the dad can always be the cool, fun parent and the mom has to do all the discipline and then she looks like the bad guy?
But it's like the silence. But it's like that, but like times 10. Like,
yeah,
he definitely parents, and you can see that, but like she's like, John, I need you to get down here and help right now with the kid. Like, she talks to him like he's a kid.
She carried 6 kids.
Okay. And also, get this.
What?
Recently, according to John, it's
Oh.
been exposed that their marriage ended because she was cheating on him with one
Shut
of the
the
producers of the show, allegedly. And they were covering it up. And I don't know if you're an avid watcher, but there was an episode where they renew their vows in Hawaii.
Yeah,
At
remember
that point,
it. I remember.
they were already separating.
Shut the fuck up.
And it was all cover up. And so when you watch those scenes back with that context, you can like tell.
Oh my god, I have to go and rewatch.
And like there's like this series on YouTube or whatever that someone posts like ugliest moments of Johnny K+8, and it's like addicting.
There's nothing I love more than a YouTube highlight reel, because I just watched Cake Boss Disasters on YouTube. Grant, it was so good. Buddy is just such a good guy. I love him.
He is.
Buddy Velastro.
He's sexy.
Oh yeah, Buddy Velastro.
Buddy too, yeah, he's hot.
He's one of my like childhood crushes for sure.
It's not even like with these crushes. It's not just about the physicality. Of them.
No,
Like, these
I think
men
that's a common misconception. It's
Yeah.
more just like all that they embody.
It's everything they embody.
The star power.
People are probably like, Buddy Velastro. Like, what do you mean crush? Like, he is talented.
He's so talented.
He's confident.
The way he can make a cake entirely out of Rice Krispies and
Oh
fondant
my god!
is so
Any
attractive
shape.
to me.
He tells stories with his cakes.
Yeah, and I want him to tell me a story.
And I want him to eat my cake. I want him to bake my cake and eat it. You can't have this cake and eat it too, but
Buddy
yes,
Velastro
Buddy
can.
Velastro can.
So
Anyway,
yeah, I'm becoming like I'm on Jersey Shore saying juice heads, saying gorillas, grenades, kuka.
that means Tukey. Oh my god,
Kuka
Tukey, that's a Miranda
means
Sings
vagina.
reference.
Smush, the smush room.
Yeah.
But when I'm watching it, something keeps going on in my brain. I'm like, this house must smell so bad.
I don't think it does. I feel like it smells like probably like Axe and like perfume.
Grant, the dishes in the sink, there's dirty food sitting out everywhere. There was probably cockroaches.
Cockroaches.
And their rooms were disgusting. There's plates of food on the nightstands. It's disgusting. I can't even imagine the smell.
Yes, and Seaside Heights as a whole, where they filmed the show, is not the cutest. Like, not the cleanest, the
No.
prettiest Jersey Shore town
No.
there is.
No.
It like they embody that kind of. Well, all respect to the locals there, you
All
know, like
respect.
no disrespect to them.
I'd love to go to Kama with you.
To come, Aqua,
wait.
was that a place?
I'm not sure. Wait, sorry. I don't mean to totally sidetrack this conversation, but did you see what I sent you on Instagram about John Gosselin?
No.
Grant, he's a DJ and he does events all over New Jersey. He does events in Princeton sometimes.
Well, okay, listen, I think John Gosselin is not that far out of reach. I feel like we can book him for this podcast.
I think we can too. I think we should go to one of his like club nights or DJ nights.
Or,
They're not
yeah.
clubs, it's like bars.
Or we can like maybe like collab.
Yeah, I'd love to collab with John Gosselin.
Me too. Okay,
Okay.
John.
What if?
What?
What if? Like you meet him and like you still like him like that.
What do you mean?
Like, would
I
you hook up
don't
with
like
him?
current John Gosselin. No.
Oh, because we talked about, like 2023 John
Yes.
Gosselin.
No, I don't. I'm not into him.
But I'm more than willing to start a friendship with him.
Oh, me too. So nothing, John. No, we don't want that kind right now.
No, but we do want a friendship.
Yeah. Another thing going on right now in like this time of year, and it made me like think.
Yeah.
Because it's so crazy. Like back to school. Do you remember like this time of year when you're in like elementary, middle school, high school, like going to like Staples
And getting all
your
your
school supplies?
stuff.
And then not only that, there's that side of it all, but then going to like the mall and getting like
Your clothes.
you had an outfit planned for
Yeah.
like the first, second day of school.
Oh my
Like,
God, yeah.
that was one of the most like anxiety inducing
Because
things ever for
the
some
outfit
reason.
you picked to wear on the first day of school
sets the tone.
defined the vibe for the rest of the school, the academic year.
That era.
Yeah.
It was essentially eras.
What story are you telling about yourself this academic year?
I remember laying out like plaid shorts,
Oh.
some sort of American Eagle t-shirt. Like
Yeah.
it was always only Abercrombie or American Eagle.
I was always wearing an American Eagle dress, some Sperry's, and a thick black eyeliner.
I was wearing Sperry's for a long time with no socks.
No socks. Those
No
things
socks.
were rancid.
Yeah, I had like beige ones that were just the inside
Oh.
of the shoe was black. And did not smell
smells,
good.
yeah.
I'm sure.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like this podcast is meant for 18 and up.
But
But
best of luck if you're starting your new academic journey.
Yeah. Because college, it wasn't the same.
No.
This kind of feeling.
No.
But good luck if you have a back to school list and you're at Staples. And then seeing people you knew at Staples.
Stop.
Like with your parents. Like,
Stop.
you're walking past them while you're like getting your binder and you're just like, hi, oh, what pod are you in? We had a thing called pods, like where like you're just like, I think
Like
a
you'd
lot
have
of
the
schools
same
have
2
to.
teachers or 4 teachers, and that was your like, and it would be all the same
Yeah.
students in your classes.
Yeah, it's like how you would like know
so
what friends
we
you were
would
gonna have.
get the
that
letter
year.
of which pod you were going to be in the summertime, and I remember like you just sit by the mailbox since like the middle of summer waiting for that
like you're
fucking letter.
checking
And then
mailbox.
once you get it, you call everyone you fucking know.
And
And
you're
you're
like,
like,
"What pod?"
what pod you in? And then sometimes you'd have a floppy or you'd have no friends.
You'd have no friends. Yeah.
You'd have no friends. And then sometimes you are the most lucky person alive.
Yeah.
It just depends.
So crazy. Do you guys still have that? Let us know. Well, actually, hopefully there's no kids again listening. So 18 up, like duh.
Yeah.
Well,
Should we get into the topic for the episode?
yeah.
I'm going to be mainly leading the topic today.
Yeah, let's get into the topic after this quick break.
Beep, beep.
McDonald's all new fries. Just kidding, we're not sponsored.
Yeah.
Beep beep.
Ba. Beep, beep.
What was the ba?
No.
We are celebrating today. This-
1, 2, 3.
History.
No. Herstory.
Oh. I don't believe in that. It's
Grant and I decided, let's talk about history, historical figures, historical events. And I know what you're thinking right now. You're like, Jesus Christ, who the fuck asked these 2 fucking grenades to talk about history right now? Like, I didn't drop out of A-Push to go listen to these 2 dummies talk about history.
well, sometimes you need to learn and sometimes we need to teach.
Guess what, audience members? Sit the fuck
Fuck
down.
down and shut the fuck up and listen up.
Sit the fuck down, open your spiral notebook, get a mechanical fucking pencil, and start taking notes.
I'm not afraid to come around with the ruler. You know what that means?
Yep.
I'm not afraid to come around.
I'm not
With the roar.
afraid.
I'm not afraid to come around with a yardstick.
Ayo.
So listen the fuck up. We are teaching y'all.
We're about
Well,
to teach y'all
actually,
some fucking lessons.
Ashley's basically gonna lead this one, and
I'm
I don't know what's going on really because
Yeah.
Ashley, believe it or not, what's your formal title? Historian of
Rhodes Scholar.
oh
I'm a Rhodes Scholar.
oh my god,
Yeah.
wow.
Mhm.
We also have poppy cocktails again. Hopefully I don't have to shit. But maybe it'll turn into drunk history. Who could say? We don't know.
The first thing I wanted to talk about,
Okay.
because we've talked about this before.
Okay.
Actually, scratch that. Sorry. I want to ask a question beforehand.
Okay.
I want to see if you're thinking of the same person I'm thinking of. Name a historical figure who is controversial, but unfortunately so fucking hot.
Is it who I think it is?
Yes. 1, 2, 3.
John Wilkes Booth! Oh my god! Oh my
Y'all,
god!
look up a picture of John Wilkes Booth and tell me you would not let that man tap.
Hate him. Hate what he's done.
Hate what he does. I do not support
Sorry,
what
guys.
he did. There's something else I wanted to talk about. You know, I love history. I love learning about history. And I just want to talk about something that keeps me up at night. I am convinced that I was put on this earth to solve the mystery of the Lost Colony of Roanoke. This has
What the
been one of
fuck
my
was that?
greatest passions since I was in 5th grade. I remember the day I learned about the Lost Colony of Roanoke in Miss L's 5th grade class. And she told us about this thing, and I was like, what do you mean no one knows what happened to all these colonists? I was pissed.
Dead ass.
I
What do
was
you mean?
pissed. What the fuck do you mean by that? Hey, lady, hey, what do you mean by that?
You're a teacher?
Where did they go? Where did they go? I'm sorry, and no one knows?
Can you explain it for those who might
And
not know?
you know,
Because
Grant, I would love to. So they were in Roanoke. It was one of the
Where the
English
fuck is that?
colonies. This is going to be in the 1500s.
no, where the fuck?
Oh, it's in Virginia.
Was Roanoke a colony?
Roanoke was a colony, yes.
15, you said, not 13?
1500s.
But how many colonies? Wait, what?
It's one colony. Roanoke is the colony.
I don't recall that being one of the first 13 colonies. So you're wrong. It was a colony? Or it was in Virginia?
You're thinking of states.
What? I thought they were called colonies before they were states.
Well, this one ends up getting abandoned, and then it goes into the state of Virginia.
What the fuck? So Virginia wasn't a colony?
Before the war, I think it was, but Roanoke was before Virginia.
Okay.
And there was Jamestown. Remember Jamestown?
Was that a colony as
Yeah,
well?
that was one of the first colonies. Okay, let's circle back to whatever you're
Okay.
going to say. So Roanoke was there in the 1500s, and they settled, and you know, it's
Is it beautiful?
it's beautiful. It's by the
Seaside?
water. It's a seaside colony.
Okay.
One of the best, to be honest.
Wow.
The way it was described in textbooks, hell, give me a cabin.
Wow.
You know?
Get me a timeshare on that island.
We would have loved it. We would have.
It would have been beautiful.
We would
I'm
have fucking
sure.
loved it. So many juice heads. But you know what? Hard winters.
Oh.
Hard winters.
We wouldn't go there in the winter.
We would never.
We'd
We'd summer there.
Yeah.
But hard winters, a lot of the colonists died.
No.
Diseases, hunger, the crops weren't cropping. And they also had very high tensions with the local Native American tribes. It's like crime junkies.
I'm Ashley Flowers and I'm Britt. Britt, the whole episode is just like, what?
No.
No.
Okay.
But okay, I'm gonna be Britt.
Yeah, just do that. So they had a lot of tension with the local Native American tribes. And
Right, of course.
and you know what? I don't blame the Native Americans, do you? If I was a Native American and I
No.
saw all these colonists come, I'd be like, hey guys, hey, over here. Hi. This was
Ash,
ours.
That is so true. Like when we literally, like, if that's our place, like, and someone else comes, like, we would probably do the same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
And being Brit.
So you know what? They would fight each other. There would be raids. It was horrible. And you know what? The colonists were dying off. And this man, I'm forgetting his name.
Who cares?
John. I think it was John. He
Probably.
says, you know what? I'm going to go over to England, get some supplies, get some help. Y'all, peace. I'll be back. I'll be back.
He probably like every other story. He didn't come
And
back.
you know what?
He brought back disease.
He left his family there, Grant. He left his niece there. I think her name was Virginia Dare.
Oh,
that was her
God.
name.
Wow.
He said, bye, gotta go.
Wow.
He goes. Grant, he comes back a few months later. And,
No.
he ended up having to stay in England a little longer than he originally
I'm
anticipated because
sure.
there was boat problem.
That's what
A
they
lot
always
of the people
say.
he was sailing with got sick. It was a nightmare. He comes back. Grant, where the fuck did everyone go? They're gone. They're gone. They're gone. They're fucking gone.
They're gone. They're gone and they're fucking gone.
Where the fuck did they go? Hey, where'd you go?
What? Have you ever riddle me this? What if he just went to the wrong place?
No, Grant, because get this.
What?
He's looking around. Everything's been abandoned. Everything's
No.
empty.
So he's in the village?
He's in the colony of Roanoke. Houses.
So there's
you know,
the
he
houses.
sees his old house. Hello, knock, knock, knock. Anyone home? No
No one
answer.
answered.
He goes to a nearby tree, and he sees a carving on the tree.
No.
It says Croatoa. Croatoa.
Krakatoa from SpongeBob?
No, it says Croatoa, and he says, that's the name of a local island. Maybe they're there. He gets on his boat, he sails over, no one's there.
Well, why the fuck was Krakatoa written there?
We don't know, Grant. And I think only half the word was written. Grant, it's such a fucking bizarre story. You know what? It pisses me off. And Virginia Dare, the niece that he left there, get this. There's this old myth in Virginia that if you see an albino deer, a white deer, it's her spirit, like, living on. It's like a myth.
Okay. Her name was Virginia Deer.
I think she was the first baby born in Virginia.
And then was her
No,
last name
Virginia
Deer?
Dare, not deer. You're like, that's convenient.
I was a little hung up on that.
Anyway, the Lost Colony of Roanoke pisses me the fuck off, and I believe, like, I'm not even kidding. I go on Wikipedia deep dives on the Lost Colony of Roanoke. I watch YouTube videos. I look up if there's been any new, like, anthropologist discoveries, any breakthroughs, any archaeologist updates on, hey, what happened?
Have we ever just thought that maybe John was the problem? And
Interesting. He killed them? Well, so
that,
here,
or
here's
he
some-
ran, or they all
here's
ran
some
away because
theories.
he's toxic.
They were starving. Maybe they joined a local Native American tribe. Maybe they all joined together and went off, but also maybe they were killed. But where were their bodies?
Huh.
But it's a seaside town.
Well,
And they
then
didn't
in
have
the
scuba
ocean.
divers then, you know? They didn't
Yeah.
they didn't have forensics like that.
No.
So anyway, I feel like I was put on this earth. My sole purpose was to solve this mystery.
Can we get some DNA testing down there? Any samples of evidence?
You
we
know
can
what?
DNA test and see if it matches anyone in
If
the
I'm
system.
a billionaire, hey, fuck solving world hunger. I'm solving the Lost Colony of Roanoke mystery.
We should charge the descendants of everyone there. If there's a DNA match to someone,
If my ancestor was at Roanoke, I might want to put a few dollars behind that. Hey,
Or-
what happened?
or get them in an interrogation chair. They can probably.
You think they know what happened?
Yes.
Why would they know?
Because there's someone's daughter of someone's daughter of someone's daughter of someone's daughter who was at Roanoke.
I guess I didn't think of it like that.
So the stories have been passed down. Unless they're all dead, then they don't have.
Yeah.
But John's fishy.
I think anyone
If this happened today, John would be prime suspect.
Well, if this happened
Sorry.
today, we would know what happened to the Lost Colonies of Roanoke.
it'd be on
There'd be like
TikTok.
Snapchats.
And
It'd
someone
be
on
like,
TikTok would figure it out.
Hey, on Croatoa. Hey, oh, there's a storm coming.
Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah.
Because they're Bitmoji on Snap Maps in the ocean.
Yeah.
In the fucking ocean.
Anyways, to answer your question you were about to ask, no, I don't think anyone cares.
Do you think anyone gives a shit about the Lost? It's just me.
Do y'all care?
Well, guess what? This is my podcast, and I could talk about the things that I care about, and I care about the Lost Colony of Roanoke.
And last week, Jack, you were supposed to sit in that fucking desk and shut the fuck up because I'll get the yardstick.
Shut the fuck up and get taught.
The yardstick will be shoved up places that shouldn't be shoved up. Thank you.
I wanted to talk about some twinks through history and who we think were some. Because you know what I always think about? Do you know how many gay princes there have probably been in through history, but they just can't say they're gay?
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, like, so many people that we read about in our history textbooks were gay.
Yeah. Shakespeare.
Oh, Shakespeare was gay.
Thomas Jefferson.
Why?
I don't know, but when you said twinks.
No, I don't know if you know about this. What? He had, like, he raped his slave and she is he has, he had, 6 African-American children.
Wow. How do we know this? Why wasn't I telling
Her name
this?
was Sally Hemings.
Wow.
Yeah. And some of the children were actually white passing, and they joined white society at the time when upon his death he freed his children. Oh,
but did he view them as his children? Like, was he nice and supportive?
No, they were slaves until he died, I believe. But get this. Oh, and I think he freed Sally when he died. But get this. Sally was Thomas Jefferson's wife's half-sister.
Sally was half-sister. Wow.
Do you get it?
No.
Thomas Jefferson's wife, I think her name is Martha. Sally, the slave, was her sister. Half-sister.
Did Martha know?
Yeah. Martha inherited her because Martha's dad...
How do you know all this?
Also raped his slave and had Sally. And then Sally was his property. And Martha inherited Sally upon her father's death. And then Thomas Jefferson.
I'm not following, but that's crazy.
Anyway. So you think Thomas was gay, though?
Well, you said twink, and for some reason the first thing I thought of was that bitch on the dime. What is he on?
I could. Jefferson's 20, no? 2 Jeffersons.
Wasn't he on the coin too? Why is he on multiple money?
Get the fuck off.
What did half these people do to be on money?
Remember when they were like, "Oh, we're gonna put Harriet Tubman on the $10 bill"? What happened to that?
When it can't be that hard to fucking print out something. You know what I mean?
I do. I really do.
Like, they're printing money right now. You couldn't just change the picture. It was that hard.
It's so ridiculous.
What happened to that?
It's so ridiculous.
Did you know Harriet Tubman's from New Jersey?
No way.
Because, well, I haven't fact checked this, but
Harriet Tubman would have loved Jersey Shore.
I think she has history in Cape May.
Shut the fuck up.
Which is like the south tip of New Jersey. Literally, when you go to the New Jersey rest stops, they recently redid all the rest stops to be famous New Jersey people themed.
I love Bon Jovi.
Yes, the Bon Jovi rest stop off the Garden State Parkway.
So good.
But you go in there and then you see all the other famous people from New Jersey. Harriet Tubman's on the wall.
What?
Something I would like to dive into a little bit further, that I just haven't yet.
She would have loved Jersey Shore.
She's from Jersey, so who else?
Lewis and Clark.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. They were fucking.
They just
all
love
the
to
time.
go on adventures together.
They're so gay.
So gay.
And Sacagawea, she was just there.
She deserves more credit, probably.
For what? I don't even know what they did.
She, helped guide them because she knew the land so well.
Oh, that's a cute story.
Yeah.
Now, was Pocahontas real?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's not just Disney?
No, Disney just whitewashed the story tremendously.
Interesting.
'Cause
Was Lewis
John
and Clark
Smith-
in
No.
Pocahontas?
You're thinking of John Smith.
Who was John Smith?
John Smith came over from England to check out America.
Do y'all just believe anything she says? Like, how do we know Ashley actually knows what the fuck she's saying right now?
I could honestly, you guys, I could have gotten a few facts wrong in this episode.
Yeah. Because how do you just know that much? Like, oh, tell me who John Smith is. Oh, he came over from England, had 4 children, and like didn't really like to play cards.
Taurus moon and
yeah,
Virgo
what?
sun.
Like, you don't know this.
Well, he came over, but Disney made him so he had a romantic relationship with Pocahontas, but that just simply didn't happen.
Okay, so John Smith. Anytime there's a historical figure and they don't mention a wife or like romantic partner that's a female,
you know
or
who
anything,
was gay,
they're
though?
gay. Who?
All the Greek philosophers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all of them were. All of them.
Yeah, and like those statues are too like erotic to have been like just made by like straight people. Like a straight man like took the time to carve like those abs in a Greek statue. You know what I mean?
It's also erotic.
It's erotic, and a gay man's doing that. A female wouldn't take the time to worship a man's
the
body.
Greek statues
like
have the nicest butts I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, bottoms.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So true.
The Greeks really probably had that issue where it's like 2 bottoms don't make a top. That's like how crazy it was back then, probably, I'm sure.
Just power bottom.
They were importing bananas or corn to make do.
Grant, let me get this straight. You're insinuating that Socrates was importing corn to shove up his rectum?
I'm not insinuating. I'm telling you that's how it was. Because the Greek philosophers were definitely all bottoms. They're way too creative and smart to have been tops, strictly tops.
So you're saying only creative people are bottoms? Do you think like right brain, left brain? Is there something similar for tops and bottoms?
Oh, I'm sure. Well, I'm sure if like tops are this side brain, rights are usually this side brain, versus are maybe both.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty creative, and I'm a dom, strict top, hung top. So I guess I'm an outlier. I'm sure there are outliers, and I'm one of them. So, yep.
I could take my contacts right now and I would still see you for what you are, a power bottom.
Your contacts, like your Rolodex?
No, my eye contacts.
Oh.
Anyways. I thought we'd play a game.
Okay. I love games.
It's called, it's a new segment I'm starting. It's called Grant's Ass Blast from the Past.
Grant's Ass Blast from the past?
Grant's Ass
Speaking
Blast
of bottom.
from the past.
Okay.
And it's a game where I just name a historical person or figure, and you very quickly, this is like lightning round, say what they are or what the event was. Who they are, what the event was.
Okay.
Grant, are you ready to be the first ever contestant on Grant's Ass Blast from the Past?
Yes, I am, and thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
You're welcome, baby. Okay. Grant.
Yeah.
Who is Margaret Thatcher?
Margaret Thatcher was a blind and deaf woman from the South she was a writer as well. Despite her being blind, she was able to write the best books ever.
Real right
that was the first thing that came to my mind.
That's Helen Keller.
Okay, sorry. Next, you told me first thing that comes to my mind.
When I said Margaret Thatcher, the first thing that came to your mind was that she was Helen Keller?
Yes, I guess so. But as I was saying it, I knew she wrote something. Was she a writer?
Margaret Thatcher was the first female prime minister of the United Kingdom.
No, she wasn't.
And she was part of the Conservative Party.
Oh my God. I thought this was the era.
The Iron Lady, she was called.
I thought she was American, and we were like thinking of like Southern like America, like in the 1800s. Oh my God.
Grant, what happened in the Cold War?
In the Cold War, Russia and America got really mad at each other for some reason. I can't remember the specifics, but they didn't talk for a long time, and there was like tension building up, and like somehow one way or another one of them was going to nuke each other.
Very good, Grant.
Yeah, but I don't know the reasons. What was the reason?
Grant, what year was the Soviet Union dissolved?
1956.
1991.
What?
who is Archduke Franz Ferdinand?
He was who was assassinated that kicked off World War II. One.
Good job, babe. Grant, what did Henry VIII do?
Henry VIII decapitated a lot of people. Oh, Henry was the one who had a lot of wives.
Yeah. Divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived.
I only know that because you've talked about him before a lot.
Okay. Grant.
And that Margot Robbie movie.
Tell me what happened at Watergate.
Watergate was an incident where Bill Clinton, his tapes were leaked.
What tape?
Some sort of tapes of the other side for the campaign were leaked.
Bill Clinton's your final answer here?
Or Ronald Reagan? One of
Richard
them.
Nixon.
Oh, okay, that's
Richard
what I
Nixon
meant.
put cameras in the Democratic National Convention headquarters.
Okay.
And it was in the Watergate Hotel. And these two spies went in the hotel to put these cameras. Great. There was someone staying in. You know what? I think I have this wrong.
Oh,
it was the DNC headquarters.
interesting.
And then someone was across the street staying in the Watergate Hotel.
Listening.
And they're looking out their window saying, hey, there's two shadows in this abandoned DNC building. I think there's someone breaking in. He calls 911 because he thinks he sees a break-in. It's spies for fucking Richard Nixon. Richard Nixon says, okay, I resign. Fine. I'm a crook.
What? That got him to resign, and you see all the allegations
Yeah.
with Trump and whatnot
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
Even Bill Clinton not resigning, but
Getting
he was
impeached.
getting impeached for
Getting
having
a
an
damn
affair.
blowjob.
Yeah. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy with what you can, I guess, get away with now.
Grant, who's Genghis Khan?
Oh my God, I was going to bring him up.
Shut up.
I love him.
Oh.
I don't love.
Careful. Careful.
I don't love him, but he's one of the people who have stuck with me in history. So I guess he was interesting to me to learn about. He literally had sex with every woman in Asia. And it's people are literally descendants of him today because of how many people he's had sex with.
Isn't it 1 in 6 people or something crazy
I don't know.
that?
It's something crazy, but I know a lot of the sex was not consensual, so that's why he's controversial.
And let's go back a minute. Didn't you just say he was one of your faves? Did he say he was iconic?
I did not mean it like that. I just meant he was one of my favorites to learn about because I found that interesting that his reign of terror, of sexual terror, was, and I know his dick was small because not someone who would do all that was not hung.
Grant, who is Dick Cheney?
Dick Cheney was someone who was president of the United States, maybe around Ronald Reagan and Nixon, maybe before, after, and he was known for, he was in a wheelchair. Was he not?
No, I think you're thinking of FDR.
I think I am.
Yeah.
Dick Cheney. Well, I know who he was.
Who?
I remembered. I was thinking of FDR, but Dick Cheney's the vice president who preceded JFK.
What are you saying?
Dick Cheney was Robert Kennedy. Dick Cheney was John F. Kennedy's vice president.
No, that's Lyndon B. Johnson.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. No. Dick Cheney was George W. Bush's vice president who
Recent George Bush?
George W. Bush, yes.
Well, there
the
was
cheerleader.
Wait. Well, why is it that you keep bringing him up on the podcast?
I don't know. It's none of your business.
It's just fishy.
I didn't think that we'd have so much to talk about in a history episode, and yet here we are.
Here we are. It was so much fun. I know a lot about history, so I just couldn't stop talking.
And as a Rhodes Scholar, I'm really impressed with the breadth of your knowledge.
Thank you so much.
It's very expansive.
It is. A lot of people have been saying that. So. Announcements for the good.
For the good.
Of the group.
Of the group.
Of the group. Announcements for the good of the group.
This is the segment where we share announcements for the
For
good of the group.
group.
And if you need more explanation,
Go back to school. Period. What is your announcement?
today Taylor Swift announced that she was bringing the Eras Tour to a movie theater near you. And I just wanted to take my time for the announcement for the group to recognize one of the best concert films of all time.
Is coming.
Katy Perry,
Oh.
A Part of Me, on film.
Yeah.
Did you see that in theaters?
Believe it or not, I have not watched it front to back, but I've seen many clips on TikTok. Of course, the clip.
I feel like Katy Perry was the concert film. Like, I had never seen one before hers, and I know they existed, but what Katy Perry did, she took a concert and to put it in a different media on film and to share her life in such a raw way. Y'all, I saw it in theaters 3 times.
You know
three times.
who might have done it before her?
Who?
Hannah Montana.
Okay, well.
And it was 3D.
Okay, well, what Katie did, she shared very raw moments of her life. For example, there is a scene in Katy Perry's film where she is crying, about to go on
This is
stage
crazy.
about her divorce with Russell Brand. She's breaking down, and you're sitting there, and you're just like, wow, this is such raw footage of this experience. And you know what? I'm so excited for Taylor's Eras Tour and concert. We got tickets for opening night, but I just wanted to...
I don't think we'll see that. I think it'll be strictly concert.
Yeah, I
unfortunately,
wanted to pay respects to one of the OG concert films.
Who paved the way.
She paved the way. And you know what? I don't know about you, but I would love to actually go to Las Vegas and see Katie's residency.
I would too. I think isn't it, there's only a few, I think it's closing.
Oh.
Wait, I don't know. I might have just made that up, but I feel like it's wrapping up or something.
I mean, I feel like it's been going on for forever.
A long time.
What's she doing there?
What's she doing with her career, period? Oh.
I don't know, but...
Everything, I hate to say it.
She has
everything.
so many good songs, though.
She does have good songs, but everything she's done recently since Witness is just flop after flop.
What was that song with
Daisy?
Migos?
Bon Appetit.
That was one of the worst songs I've ever heard.
Flopness was
Swish,
so bad.
swish, Grant.
I've listened to that recently just because I love Nicki's verse in it. Don't be trying to double back. I already despise you.
Wait, that's Swish, swish.
Yes.
That's such an iconic verse.
It's so, yeah, Nicki's verse. The song's,
okay, real quick.
well, it is bad, but
favorite
Nicki's
Katie song?
verse, Never Really Over, I guess.
Okay, so a more
A recent one,
song.
yeah, but that was the last hit she's had. I really could not think of anything other than that, in recent times.
Mine's probably...
California Girl.
No, mine...
Peacock.
No, my favorite Katie song is probably Teenage Dream.
I never, even when it was popular, I never
Last
thought it was
Friday
amazing.
night. Last Friday night.
Yeah.
Waking up in Vegas. Shut up and put your money where your mouth is.
I'm not a Katy cat, but, she was a part of the upbringing, so I respect her.
All right, what's your announcement?
My announcement, so recently I got a DM from someone, and this was on our Twink and a Redhead Instagram. Follow us if you don't already. It's so embarrassing if you don't. Then you're only getting half the story. That's literally not true. But anyways, someone DM me and was like, I need a follow-up on Tessa. And for those of you who don't know, in a previous episode, we had an announcement for the good of the group where a girl named Tessa received a blowjob in the Louvre in France.
Yeah.
And we were pretty floored by this. She was the character. And so I was like, wait a minute, we do need an update. What were the specifics of that blowjob? How did that work? Was it during normal hours, et cetera, et cetera?
So many follow-up questions.
Yeah. And so I reached out to Tessa, and I'm going to play you some of her answers to these questions.
Okay, you guys. So there I was on my knees. Pleasuring my man. Okay, so the Louvre.
Sure.
If you've been there, the girls that get it, get it. The girls that don't, just are uncultured swines.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
She's kidding. She's kidding.
But you really should go. You might learn a few things.
Like, how to suck
Okay,
dick.
but so in the Louvre, there are all these little rooms, like kind of like enclaves, if you will. And so we went during normal business hours. I don't know what day of the week it was, but it was during the day. There were plenty of people in the Louvre, but I wouldn't say it was like a busy day. And we went in one of those little enclaves, those little like rooms, like there's no door or anything, it's open. And yeah, I mean, I wanted to,
It's an Instagram voice memo.
oops, it cut me off and I'm not sure where. But yeah, I'm not super like into people watching me or something, but that like year was a wild one for me. Like I think we had sex in like multiple hostels where like there's like 10 other people in the hostel room too.
Hey,
So
that's
yeah,
what
that
you
was
gotta
crazy.
do.
But anyways, back to the Louvre. Yeah, we just went into one of those little like rooms, still
You've
open,
had
so
sex
anyone
in a
could walk
hostel?
by. And I'm pretty sure there's like cameras everywhere
Yeah.
too. But
Oh, I thought you
we
just said
just
that.
we just did the deed. Like what do my fans need to know? Like what specifics? Because I will give them. Mona Lisa was mad dogging us, I have to say. I'm not sure if she was proud, upset, jealous. I mean, I could fight her for sure, no question. But yeah.
Mona Lisa could definitely deep throat dick.
I don't think so. I feel like Mona Lisa's never touched
What's
a
she
dick.
hiding behind that smirk?
There was like
Tessa.
wait, there was like one more.
It was not planned. It was rogue. It was in the moment. My brain juices were flowing. His penis juices were flowing. It was just a grand old time.
Sometimes you see a Rembrandt painting and you just say, I gotta suck dick right now.
Heyo. So there you have it. So you know, like in the what the fuck is it called? Where the Met Gala,
Yeah.
the Metropolitan Museum of Art. What is it called?
Yeah, that's it.
The Met. You know how like when you're in an art gallery like that and there's like the big hallway, but then there's those rooms.
yes.
So I guess it was one of those that she was sucking
Because
dick in.
It's so easy to get lost in an art museum because
Yeah.
there's so many little rooms and little nooks
That's
and
so
crannies.
true. So she was in one of those nooks sucking dick.
That's crazy.
Imagine you're just like a bystander, like looking
Imagine,
at
like,
art.
No, like imagine you're like
An
this
old
old
woman.
woman who just like
has a membership.
loves. She's like, oh, I want to go see the water lilies today. I want to see Monet's water lilies.
Turns the corner.
And she sees someone giving sloppy tappy.
Seriously, Tessa, think about people like that next
Tessa,
time.
Think about the art historians. Think about the art majors.
The people who have these monthly memberships to these museums. Do you think they want to see that? Do you think that? But also,
It's such a funny story.
yeah,
It's
keep
one of the
doing
funniest
it.
stories I've ever heard.
Yeah, we love that. Thank you, Tessa, for
Tessa has a
clearing that up.
really good spirit. Like I feel like I'm like at like a sleepover with her when she tells a story.
Tessa's deaf silly for sure.
Yeah.
She sent another DM that was like suggesting us something. I forget what it was.
I have another suggestion for your podcast as well. You could do an episode on like weird, quirky traditions. Like for example, every New Year's, I eat a entire onion. I don't even peel out the layers. I just raw dog it. Like I just take a bite from it like it's an apple. And don't get me wrong, it's not an easy thing to do because it's tough. The skin on the outside is tough. But I hear
Like
people
the
chanting,
Grinch?
eat the onion, eat the onion. And I eat that onion. That's one day a year I become Shrek. And I did it 2 years in a row and I couldn't stop. So now every single New Year's I turn into Shrek. It's just a little thing I do. It's just my little tradition.
I feel like Tessa's just like been wanting to share that with someone,
And Tessa's like,
We're that
these
person.
two fucking weirdos are gonna understand me. Tessa, what prompted you on the first time you ate the onion to look at a raw onion and say, I'm gonna bite into that? And why on New Year's? Like, is it symbolic in some way?
what the fuck is wrong with you?
No, I
In the
love
best way
her in the
possible.
best way possible.
Like you're not a
It's
real
literally
person.
that scene from The Grinch where he
You
bites
just-
into
yeah.
the onion.
So strange. Tessa's an enigma, and one day she'll be on our show. With
Tessa
us.
should call in one day.
Tessa, yeah.
We're gonna need to hear some more from Tessa.
Yeah.
Tessa, stay active in our DMs with your stories.
Yeah, keep us posted. But anyways, that's it for today. Again, U.S. government, we are on you about the Harriet Tubman $20 thing.
We are on you, and we are staying curious about that.
Definitely staying curious.
And we
Where
urge
is it?
all of our listeners, hey, stay curious. Hey, knock, knock, knock on the White
Hello?
House. Joe Biden,
Y'all
hello. What's going on with
With
the Harriet
Harriet
Tubman on the
Tubman.
$20 bill?
Don't say something and not follow through, because people like us, we will hold you accountable, and our listeners will too. Thank you.
That would have been so good to have a woman on a piece of currency.
We'll see, and a woman of color too. We'll see.
We'll see.
Where is it?
Where is it?
A twink.
Anyways, bye you guys.
Bye.